This episode is brought to you by Novilla Mattresses. When it comes to your mother, you want her sleeping in a comfortable bed. When she's with me, she won't have to worry about that because I sleep on a Novilla mattress. Let me tell you, when your mom is at my place, she is sleeping on a very comfortable mattress and she is going to get you one as well. Meet their Bliss Organic Memory Foam Mattress. Perfect for those who want a cool, dry, undisturbed sleep throughout the night, made with organic bamboo charcoal fiber, excellent motion isolation, cooling gel-infused memory foam that fits all bed frames and is reasonably priced. Perfect for if you want an inexpensive mattress for you, your children, or even for your guest room. It comes in a box delivered right to your door, and you get 100 nights to try it out. Skip that trip to the big box mattress store and get a mattress from Novilla. Throw out that cheap Walmart mattress you got in college and get yourself a mattress made by Novilla. Using promo code Schweezy or the link in our description, you can save 10% on any purchase through Novilla directly. Try out the mattress that your mom tried out last night. Again, that's 10% off using promo code Schweezy. And a reminder, when you use our links, you directly support this show. Hello, and what is going on, my fellow Schwokelords? What is up? Welcome to yet another episode of TheSchweezy, better known as the Lord's trademark favorite podcast. What's going on, everyone? How's everyone's day going? Did you just wake up? Are you driving to work right now? Are you putting me on your TV as you do your house chores so you can hear what I'm trying to say? Are you at work right now? Are you at work right now? You're listening to this? If you are, and this is your first time, put on headphones. I'm not that dirty, but it can get kind of weird. Just saying.
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
We can get kind of weird. So, yeah. Are you at work? Are you driving home from work? That's always the worst part. 'Cause everyone, I don't know. I feel like going to work, people can be slow, but like at the same time, people like. But I feel like everyone's at least trying to get there as long as there's no like traffic problems or any other bullshit. But like on the way home from work, always. People drive so fucking slow. It's like, I hate my family. Therefore, I'm going to take my time on this drive, and everyone else is going to suffer for my poor life choices. So, yeah. But I don't know. I'd like to hear some thoughts on that. Like, which is worse, the drive home from work or the drive to work? But I feel like you're kind of like one of those people who are always kind of like on the line of being on time, you know? Like, getting to work, you know, that's like, it can be kind of rough sometimes. Anyways, though, we have a show to do today. I got this. So I figured out that it was Harry Styles. I figured out what cologne he wears. He wears like Tom Ford, Tobacco Vanille. I believe that's what it's called, Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, which I believe is close to like $300. Anyways, though, I found. Apparently it's the same formula, but I got it for $12. I needed new cologne anyways, so I was like, I'll smell like Harry Styles or Olivia Wilde's vagina, if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, though, yeah, I'm like, yeah. So yeah, it did get me thinking a lot more about like which I might even need to do an expose on the cologne perfume industry, because I don't, you know, I can get to like if you're spending $20 to $30 on a product, like, you know, I'm big into hair products, you know, and like at least in like hair clays and like pomades and stuff like that, I've seen some to $50, but even then I've seen some at like $20, $15 that are honestly just as good. Like I mean, I've tried a decent amount of them. I have a couple favorites I like. Blue Mon's always a great brand. I really like Lockhart's. Lockhart's has like this matte clay, and they used to say medium hold, and I'm like, that's a lie. It's actually a really good hold. Anyways, though, cologne industry, perfume industry is maybe I need to. I actually do think I should probably do like an expose on this, but do y'all think that is just the same shit? And they just mark it up with the bottle. I mean, like it doesn't. Like me saying that is not a surprise, but I'm not like an expert in like the scents industry or whatever you want to say. But I'm just saying, if I could buy the same fragrance that Harry Styles pays $300 for, Like, you know, I mean, I am basically Harry Styles. I'm just like a fat Harry. I would love if someone told me you're like a fat Harry Styles. I would actually take that as a compliment. Because we can't all be. I have at one show I'm like, you remind me of the singer from the Bowling for Soup. I'm like, he's really fat now. I love Jarrett Reddick. I love him, but he is fat now, and I don't want that to be the reason. But anyways, though, make sure you check out Stonehouse's new single, American Honey. I recorded it, and I was the bass player on it. Wherever you stream music under Stonehouse, all one word, American Honey, that is also 2 words. So definitely go check that out. We worked hard on that, and you definitely did enjoy that. You can also find more music with solo stuff under Schweezy. I am SCHWEEZY. It's like cancel Schweezy, you just take the cancel out. Basically it's pretty simple from there. So I'm working on new music right now. I'm hopefully going to get some releases coming up, Man, I don't have that one, but coming down to you later this year. So that's the 2023 goal is to have a couple singles coming. Maybe no. I have to finish it first. I want to finish it before I do anything like that. You can also find out more announcements. I mean, I post podcasts, I post other things. I tell you when I go live and everything. At TheSchweezy everywhere, including twitch.tv/TheSchweezy. Every Thursday, I skipped last Thursday. I had some other prior commitments. But this Thursday coming up, I believe I am going to finish my Pokedex for Pokemon Violet. I am going to finish that motherfucker, and I'm telling you, we are going to get that shiny charm, and I'm finally going to find a shiny Pokemon. That's cool. On Twitch, what you can go ahead and do, if you have an Amazon Prime account already, you make sure you go and subscribe over on Twitch. Now, it can be a little confusing, because if you're just on Twitch, you can follow anyone on Twitch. Anyone on Twitch you can follow for free. That's free. But to subscribe to someone, you pay to subscribe to someone, but you can follow anyone for free. It's a little confusing, but I hope that makes sense to you. But if you don't have an Amazon Prime account, instead of paying like the $5 to subscribe to someone, basically you get one free. And why not help out Daddy?
That's my hole. That's where it spits.
So, yeah, definitely check that out. It's a great way to financially support us without spending any extra money than you're already spending. Our Patreon page is a way you can just spend money and stuff like that. So that's also really cool, too. It's basically just a tip jar right now, and I always consider it like the Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend. Stuff like that. But don't forget all the free shit you can do. If you're listening to us on audio and you're in a position where it's like, I could watch this or listen to this on YouTube. Make sure you go to our YouTube page and check us out there. We're trying to build up our algorithm over there to get more views. We're trying to become a partner over there. So definitely go check it out over there. Or at least in the worst case scenario, I know some of you drive. At least go check out our YouTube page. Make sure you're subscribed to that shit, because we are posting highlights and we're posting other stuff. And like I said, we're infiltrating algorithms. We're trying to get to be a partner over on YouTube. And you know what? It's just one step further along. We have goals. We all have goals in life. One of our goals is to get a partner on YouTube. That's the big reason why we have a video show. Like, if you have noticed, I got a haircut, and I'm looking pretty fresh right now. I need to remember to do this more often. Pre-Pandy, I would go every month. Every month I would go and get it. Post-Pandy, I wait till it gets uncomfortable and looks bad. Then I finally get it cut, which is not what you're supposed to do. I think I went like November to April without getting a haircut last year. It was bad. It was really bad. Anyways, though, and obviously if you're on the audio platform, leave a review. Leave us a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 star rating. So that's cool. That's neat. Cool stuff.
Cool stuff. Slick stuff. Neat stuff.
As you know, they would say, I'm drinking PBR today. I have a blue screen, not a green screen. So if you're watching right now, the blue on the can is invisible. You are seeing a brick wall, the brick wall is real. No, it's not a blue screen. It's a brick. It's just the PBR blue, the blue ribbon in the PBR. It's looking like a brick right now. So here's feeling good all the time, folks. Man. Okay. So I played a gig Saturday, and to make some money, money gigs, and when you're playing like local gigs and you're playing like all your original stuff, like it's a good possibility no one's showing up to that shit. But like when it's like a bar hiring you to entertain, like and you're probably playing covers and shit like that. Situations like that, you kind of expect the bar, like they're gonna put X amount of money up front for you. And it's like, if you're going to put X amount of money up front for a band to come in, you want to make sure that you make your money back from that. And I guarantee you, this bar made more money that night from me and the drummer drinking than anything else. But there was a weird guy there who did not, if you want to know this kind of guy, he's old, and he does not speak in complete sentences. The singer was outside smoking, in the back, and this guy just came up and started singing "Amazing Grace." It was a cool time, and he left the guitar player's girlfriend a weird note that was ineligible. We couldn't figure out what the hell he was trying to talk about, and it had a flower drawn on it. It was really cool. I took a picture of it. I don't think I'm gonna post it on the podcast. It was just really funny to me. And anyways, though, it's been a minute since I played. It's just weird. Like when you're like, they're like, yeah, you're gonna get whatever ticket sales we get, or whatever door sales we get, and you're like, okay, that makes sense, and then it's like, we're gonna give you X amount of money up front, just entertain our bar patrons, and then there are no bar patrons. That's just so fucking weird.
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
Anyways, though, we should probably get into it. This is Previous Week Right Now. Previous Week Right Now is the news from the previous week that I'm going over right now. I really don't want to get into it today, folks. I'm not in the mood to get into that shit today. Hold on. Gotta adjust the brick wall real quick. And stuff like that. I need to figure out a better solution for this. From what I have been doing. Anyways, though, let's just jump into it. Or, nope.
Let's just jump into it.
See what's going on here. This is from CNN. So cool.
Cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff.
That's what CNN stands for. Maybe we cried too much over shoplifting, Walgreens executives say. Throughout the pandemic, major retailers have warned about surging theft and a rise in brazen shoplifting attempts, but a top Walgreens executive now says the freakout may have been overblown. Maybe we cried too much last year in merchandise losses, Walgreens finance chief James Kehoe acknowledged Thursday on an earnings call. The company's rate of shrink merchandise losses due to theft, fraud, damages, misscanned items, and other errors fell from 3.5% of total sales last year to around 2.5% during its latest quarter. Kehoe's message is a notable shift from comments about theft from Walgreens and other retailers like Walmart and Target over the last nearly 3 years. Companies and retail industry groups have tried to draw attention to shoplifting and organized retail crime, smashing windows and grabbing aisles full of merchandise off shelves, urging lawmakers to crack down. Incidents have certainly happened. Many political leaders and local and national news outlets, including CNN, have picked up on viral incidents of smash and grab robberies. So retailers took action. Some began locking up more products like deodorant and toothpaste, adding extra security guards, and even shuttering stores. However, it's not clear if the numbers add up. For example, data released by the San Francisco Police Department does not support the explanation Walgreens gave that it was closing 5 stores because of organized retail theft, the San Francisco Chronicle reported in 2021. One of the shuttered stores that closed had only 7 reported shoplifting incidents in 2021 and a total of 23 since 2018, according to the newspaper. Overall, the 5 stores that closed had fewer than 2 recorded shoplifting incidents a month on average since 2018. Similarly, a 2021 Los Angeles Times analysis of figures released by industry groups on losses due to organized retail crime found there is reason to doubt the problem is anywhere near as large or widespread as they say. Okay.
What?
So, yeah, I heard something about this. It's probably just something I heard someone say on TikTok, which you should not take what someone nonsense you hear on TikTok. You should not be taking that as, like, real all the time, but if you want to back it up. But I heard, so I'm just going to tell you what I heard, folks, that, like, companies, like small businesses, shoplifting can do a lot. But, like, businesses like Walmart and, like, Walmart, Walgreens, Target, stuff like that, like they need a specific amount of shoplifting. It's something weird that they need a specific amount of shoplifting to happen. Yeah. Someone probably knows more than me about that, but I don't know. But I know that. But it kind of makes sense because like, okay, so I know from McDonald's working there that you expected to have to throw away a certain amount of food. Like you messed it up, it dropped on the floor, et cetera, et cetera. You had a trash can, and like one person, I had to do that regularly, had to like pick it out and count like how many burgers do we throw away, how many things. You have to be in a specific trash can for that. And as a business, you're expected to, to have some sort of loss. And it's just the cost of doing business. Stuff like that. Now, if you worked at McDonald's and you had a cool manager, and you're like, hey, if you want to eat a nugget or something, just mark it down in the trash bin so they know. Which I don't actually. It just depends on how cool the people are. Like even then, like McDonald's making so much profit, it's not even a big deal. And that's another thing too. I always think about how it's like I would never rob. Like the easiest places to rob would be small stores. That's the easiest stuff to mark because they don't have like security guards and shit like that. You just get it, run out and run. And then, so like, yeah, but also though, I know like, they're not like rich people working at those shows. They're just like trying to make a living, doing their business, being who they are,
Feel like a woman, a real woman.
Feeling like a woman, a real woman. But then like the places I would rob would be like Walmart, Target, and stuff like that. But I know they have like security guards that are monitoring the store and shit like that. And you may be able to get away and stuff like that. And like they hire security guards that can arrest people and shit like that. It's weird. And so like the places you should rob, don't. But like I guess some people do get away with it. You just have to be really sneaky. Also, just a guess. I'm not trying to say anything mean to anyone. I'm just saying being white will help you rob places a little bit easier. I'm just saying. It's just how it is. I didn't make that rule. I'm just saying if you're white. I'm white too, but I don't rob places because I have too much anxiety. But I would rob Walmart if I had the chance. But then also, if you live in a small town, like you can't just be robbing the one Walmart like in 50 miles, Regardless, though, nevertheless, he persisted. I think I'm done talking about that shit. Okay. This is from Buzz, not BuzzFeed, Buzz. Study shows women can smell the difference between single men and those with a partner.
That's rough, buddy.
A study has uncovered that women may actually be able to smell what men are available and what men aren't, with single men having more body odor than those who are in a relationship. The study, in a nutshell, the Australian study published in the journal Frontiers in Psychology gave 82 women between the ages of 18 and 35 who identified as heterosexual t-shirts worn by men after they had exercised. The t-shirt came from 91 men who wore the shirt for a period one day while undertaking a moderate amount of exercise. The shirts were then collected from the group, 45 of which were in relationships and 45 of whom were single. After they were given the t-shirts, the women were asked to smell the shirts and look at pictures of the men wearing them. They were tasked with rating the men based on their attractiveness and whether or not they looked like a good partner. Researchers determined that the body odor of single men was more pungent to the women than the sweat of those who were in a relationship. What has been said, explaining the research, the authors of the study wrote, from an evolutionary perspective, it may be advantageous for women to be able to detect the chemo signals that connote coupledom and ultimately avoid courting partnered males, especially with offsprings, due to the relatively reduced resources they can offer. While the current results show a single man's body odor smells more intense and their face appears more masculine than a partnered man, the findings are preliminary and require replication. A specific aim of future research would be to determine whether testosterone levels are responsible for the difference in body odor and face ratings between single and partnered men found in the current study. So this has always been interesting because there is some weird thing because like it's clearly we're all animals. We're all animals. Some of us hotter animals than other. I'm just remembering the guy named Trash who was like, I was like, hey, Trash, do you have a girlfriend? He's like, I actually have a wife for 35 years and 3 girlfriends. I'm like, oh, man, are you polyamorous? He's like, no, I don't fuck animals. Anyways, though, do you all fuck animals? That's a good question. But it's very interesting, though, because so is this article saying that, like, the body odor, like, they prefer, or are they just able to, they're just able to tell between it, right? That's what I'm trying to read here. They're able to tell the difference between, like, if they smell it and they're like, that guy's single, smell that guy, I'm like, that guy is in a relationship. Ranking the men based on their attractiveness and whether or not they look like a good partner. Hey, that guy looks hot. I bet he'd be a great partner. But that's not true.
That's rough, buddy.
Was more pungent to the women than the sweat. And that was what's been said. So it may be managed for women to be able to detect the. So I guess in an evolutionary standpoint, it's saying that we're masculine for our partner's man. So does it really go into the fact, like, I'm trying to think here, like, because I've always kind of had, like, a mindset that women find men more attractive when they're in relationships, which is some bullshit, okay? But that's just a lot of bullshit right there. And it's not like a thing like a woman's like, I just like men who are in relationships. I'm a slutty little slut. No, it's just like, there's just something that clicks. It's evolutionary. I don't know what's going on. That's why you see guys who are married be able to cheat. I'm like, I can't even, I'm like, I barely keep one person at a time, I barely have time for one person, so I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. So it's weird shit like that. So are women smell the single guy's clothing, are they more attracted to it, or are they like more like, let's go full throttle?
This is the type of guy you get. Let's go full throttle.
Or are they like, ew, single guys? Or are they just like, ooh, married men? So I've always thought that was interesting. I don't know. There is something that is weird because men who do, and I generally want to say women aren't at fault for, like, what I'm trying to fucking say here. It's not, you're like, I think there's something because, women are more attracted to, like, confidence and shit like that. So when a guy's in a relationship and he's not, like, he's not on the prowl to look to fuck anyone. He's just like, there's like, you have like there's something about that when there's like this confidence level I would assume that women are attracted to and stuff like that. I wish I was a scientist so I could explain these better, but I don't know. So here's the question then. You can tell the difference between single and partnered men. The question is, I know you say it's more pungent. Now, however, is it better or worse? That's the question. That's what we needed to figure out in society today. Because in my mind, I would think the relationship guys are better. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a negative guy. Maybe I'm just down in the dumps. I don't know. It's still January. Goddamn. I like fucking like this. T-shirt one around. I'm just like, trying to look into this. It says it's more pungent, but is it saying like, but are women like, I like this or that I don't like this? Okay, so it says, okay, I'm reading this here. Detect the chemo signals that connote coupledom. Ultimately avoid courting partnered males, especially with offsprings due to the relatively reduced resources they can offer. Okay, that makes sense. But I know a lot of guys who are married with kids, and they have a lot more resources than me. I'm just saying. Anyways, though, fellas, women can smell your loneliness, and it's sad. All right. Drink all this beer, right? Yep, okay. All right, here we go. Noah Schnapp of Stranger Things fame comes out as gay. Family says, we know.
That's rough, buddy.
It's from the Indian Express. Stranger Things actor Noah Schnapp, known for playing the closeted gay teenager Will Byers on the Netflix show, has officially come out gay in real life. According to The Hollywood Reporter, an American entertainment news outlet, the 18-year-old actor Schnapp shared a video to his TikTok that read, "When I finally told my friends and family I was gay after being scared in the closet, for 18 years, and all they said was, "We know." The clip was set to audio that played. You know what? It never was that serious. It was never that serious. Quite frankly, will never be that serious. I guess I'm more similar to Will than I thought. Schnapp wrote in the video caption referencing Will's sexuality on Stranger Things. Reported The Hollywood Reporter, throughout the show's run, Will's sexuality has been a question, specifically when Mike told his friends in the heat of an argument, "It's not my fault you don't like girls." As per The Hollywood Reporter, during Season 4, Volume 2 episode, Will even takes an emotional moment to profess his love to Mike, but pretends he's speaking from Eleven's, Millie Bobby Brown's point of view, not his own. The horror mystery show will come to a conclusion with its Season 5. However, no start of production has been announced yet. So, if I was a father, and you just have a kid, and like they're just growing up, let them be their thing, and you're like, that kid's kind of fruity, and you're just like, I love him, he's kind of fruity, and you're like, whatever, and then eventually he's like, he's gay. I'm like, did you finally figure it out? Because we've known for a while, brother. We've known for a while, brother, and it took you long enough. So that's fine. I don't like and I guess they made points about that, in Stranger Things, but, I don't mind Will being gay. I don't like that whole, like, he's in love with Mike shit, because I don't know, I feel like, even, like, kids, when you're a kid and you're not, like, trying to fuck all your friends, you're just a kid playing games, and then you grow up and you're not, like, in love with your friend who's straight, I could be different, but, like, most gay guys are like, this guy's straight, he's hot, but I'm like, I know a lot of lesbians are hot, I'm DTF, I have my dream fucking, if my life could be a porno and you could be involved in what would it be, it's like, that's a lesbian couple, they want to have a baby and they want you to be the sperm donor, however you have to do it naturally, so then that's how the porno works. Anyways, though, didn't also, like, Millie Bobby Brown and Noah, like, make a pact, like, when they were 40 and single, we're gonna marry each other, and, like, that's like an old Southern kind of wedding, right? You're like, you ever see, like, those ladies, like, who are married to a guy, and you're like, how did anyone find this woman ever attractive? It's because that guy is secretly gay, and they're just getting married because you had to.
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
Feel like a woman, a real woman.
Oh, no, it's this one.
This is the type of guy you get.
But for real, though, so, yeah, good for Will. Good for Noah. He's gay. And I was like, but it's also like, oh, that actor came out as gay. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, Like, I don't care. But also, it's like, funny how his family was like, we know. Just like, I just love that shit, because it's like, because, like, coming out as gay, it's like a very, like, it just takes a lot of effort, and it's like, you feel like you're telling someone bad news, and if you ever had to tell anyone bad news, it's not easy. And then you meet fucking this, and you feel like you're telling someone you're gay, you're giving them bad news, and then it's like, son, your grandpa died. We know. It was like shit like that. It's funny. It's funny shit, Life's a dirty game, you gotta play good, dirty to win it. Anyways, do they need Will to be fucking someone in the next season of Stranger Things? I don't think so. It's a child. He's been playing a child. I don't even like the romance with the children. I do not give a fuck about children romance. I'm just making a point here. We could go without the children romance, and I think Stranger Things would be fine. And you know what? Just to sum it up,
this is the type of guy you get.
Have you ever been out in public and thought, hey, look at that fat guy, only for it to turn out to be a mirror and you are in fact the fat guy, that was the moment that kickstarted me into becoming the greatest health expert the world has ever seen. But I wasn't born being built different. Like Joe Cocker before me, I get by with a little help from my friends. And my friends happen to be today's sponsor, FNX Fitness. FNX Fitness is committed to creating innovative supplements of the highest quality that provide focus for a productive morning, energy to thrive all day, performance supplements to reach new goals, unique sleep and recovery formulas to support any sport, and healthy supplements to support an active lifestyle for years to come. I also really enjoy their clothing line that makes you look good while you work out as well. Another thing I love about FNX Fitness is that with every purchase, they donate a gallon of water to a child in need. Start working out smarter, not harder, by using the link in our description today. You can save 15% on your purchase. Go save 15% on some of the best supplements out there when using the link in our description. And remember, when you use our links, you directly support this show. When you're at the beach, you aren't going there naked, letting everyone see your little shrunken PP from being in the water. No, you're wearing some sort of clothing to cover up your privates. So why would you let companies you buy products from have access to the privates of your credit cards? That's where today's sponsor, Privacy, becomes the clothing for your credit card information. Privacy is the first payment product that keeps your personal information private while being even more convenient than using a physical payment card online. Privacy empowers you to protect your physical card information. Each merchant you share your card information with puts you more at risk to hackers or data breaches. Why not use a privacy card instead? By creating a virtual card with privacy for each merchant you shop with, your physical card is safe and secure. Privacy cards can be paused or closed at any time, preventing any future transactions from being authorized. Privacy cards can also be single-use, meaning they close after just one authorized transaction. One of my favorite ways to use privacy is for a service with a free trial that requires you to put in a credit card to sign up. But wait, there's more. By using the link in our description, you can get $5 to spend anywhere. That's money you get to use. So start paying the smart way with Privacy. And remember, when you use our links, you directly support this show.
Oh no! Our table!
All right, so I haven't done one of these in a while. By one of these, I mean this segment of Cancel Schweezy. We just got through Schwegmas, or Christmas Schweezy, so I haven't gone through a relevant magazine article. One, because I think we really wrung it out dry, but I've waited a couple months, now we're back on our bullshit. I'm just trying to see what the hell relevant magazine seems they need to be publishing in their stupid fucking magazine. And I'm not showing it right now, but on their website, they have Unite Health Share Ministries, and it's healthcare for Christians. And I want to get to that in just a second. But anyway, so today's article I do want to go over. What My Anxiety Taught Me About God is by Rachel Dymski. I want to say her name. If I said it wrong, Rachel, I do apologize. But I am going to look at your qualifications right now that Relevant has said, because we got to look at what qualifies these people. Rachel, I don't hate you yet, so sorry if I mean. Rachel is working towards her MFA at Chatham University in Pittsburgh. She loves few things more than travel, interior design, running, literature, and a good cup of tea. She blogs on Steeped in Thought. Okay, it looks like you're a blogger. Okay. No, nothing to hate you against, right, Rachel. Nothing I hate yet. But anyways, though, I do want to talk about that. And this does get into the, Christian-based healthcare system. Might be good if you're, a pastor or whatever, but here's a problem I have. So, some of you may know, the reason why we're going over the article, What My Anxiety Taught Me About God, is that I've suffered with very bad anxiety. Which doesn't make sense that I have anxiety, considering how I'm always want to be the center of attention. I know it doesn't make sense. I had severe anxiety when I was in high school. It was depression, anxiety, and I barely could concentrate. And it's just so bad, anxiety was so bad I could barely concentrate. I could have some form of ADHD. I've not been properly diagnosed yet, so I'm not gonna say anything about that. But I've always had trouble concentrating, and it's always been anxiety and depression and stuff like that. So when I was in high school, instead of going to a real doctor or someone who is qualified, our church had a therapist that would do therapy at the church or whatever. And I went there, and she, it was very, and I'll tell you, it was not good. I should not. I should have went to a therapist. That's just a life advice I would tell you, because she didn't fix any of the problems. She's like, you need Jesus more, and it was Jesus based therapy. Which how she could actually be charging for real therapy, I don't know. But yeah, that's just life advice for me. I don't care if you are Christian or not. I want you to believe what you want to believe. But when it comes to like health related things, don't go to the church for help. You should go to a doctor. The doctor can be Christian. That's fine. The doctor can believe what they want to believe, but the doctor should be giving you good medical advice. Medical advice I just believe medical advice should not have to involve Jesus. My opinion, controversial to a lot of people, but
This is the type of guy you get.
so you're just going to have to deal with it. So let's get into this. What my anxiety taught me about God. How do you live as a Christian when you struggle with anxiety? She asked me, looking hesitant, embarrassed even of her question, like she was waiting for me to pacify her with mantras of just have faith or you don't believe enough. I sighed, unsure of what to say. I agree with you there. It's a question I've asked myself too. All my living memory, I've struggled with this sin, and I know many think it's a sin. I've heard that whispered throughout church halls and declared from the pulpit while I shrink back into my corner, trying to hide the tears that well up in stress and anger. I hear those voices in my head reminding me that real Christians don't struggle with anxiety. Anxiety is a fierce, often irrational pest. Its origins, I think, are in what we don't know. When I was little, I was afraid of the dark. In my teens, that fear stretched to cancer, illness, the future, and death. To some extent, we all worry about those things. A little fear tucked in the back of our minds into the someday section. But those who struggle deeply with anxiety find that the someday section has grown too big. The unanswerable fear and questions are let loose, gripping their hands around our necks in a way that paralyzes us with fear. Questions about faith, about God, about suffering can plague the anxious soul until it's difficult to think about anything else. But it is not the Lord's nature to send us through trials in vain. He can use our struggles to draw us closer to Him, such in this case with my anxiety. It's in ugly depths. I am finding treasures of hope that I will one day lay before the throne in the presence of all His angels, because I will know something of suffering and something of His love that even angels do not. Here are a few of those things anxiety has taught me about faith. Okay. So it does sound like we do agree to a certain step that like the church is like, don't be anxious, but I feel like mental health anxiety, and I will tell you this, mental health anxiety is so much different from what I would say just like, oh, I'm worried about my test tomorrow at school. Like, that's how they phrase that. It's like, that's what the church thinks anxiety is. Like, don't worry about the test. Either you're going to pass or fail. It's all according to God's plan. But like, when you're like, but they don't realize anxiety is just like, I just can't. I can't talk to someone on the. I don't want to talk to someone on the phone today. It's just going to be really bad. And even though it's not that bad, you're like, I don't think I can talk on the phone with someone today. Like, I don't think I can go out today. I think I just need to stay at home. Like, just stay in bed all day. It's just stuff like that, and that's the part that the church doesn't understand. Let me continue with this article. We are not meant to face anxiety alone. It is easy in America, especially, to think that the Christian walk must be journeyed in solitude. We are individualists who keep our prayers and cries private. We find the long-term issues of our neighbors messy and are hesitant to get involved. When I first tried to talk with other Christians about my anxiety, I was met with very caring but also dismissive responses that I just needed to have more faith. Anxiety is not a glamorous problem. It's not one that we like to address because it brings up all that we don't and can't ever know, and so anxiety has become a quiet issue, one that sinks its roots in our hearts and heads but rarely makes it to our lips. We're afraid to talk about it because we don't want to look like bad Christians, so we let it grow untamed in the dark folds at night. 100%. That's what basically I was told for the longest time. It's like, if you're just depressed or if you're just anxious, you just need more Jesus. Like, I don't know how fucking someone can go. You could go full throttle.
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
No, wait.
Let's go full throttle.
You can go full throttle in that shit, and it does not make a dent and your mental health. It's like, I don't know. It's like, unless you're a Christian Scientist, which you all are just full of bullshit. Sorry, I'm sorry if you listen to this. You're like, I believe Jesus, not science. So you go fuck yourself. But if you believe there's like, oh yeah, this person, he's an amputee. He doesn't have a leg, but if you believe in God enough, your leg will grow back. I'm like, and even like, I know pastors and like, who I do generally think are very well-rounded people who disagree and stuff, but like are somewhat very well-rounded. Like the amputee question just stumbles them. Like why does God doesn't heal amputees? And you're like, yeah, why doesn't God heal amputees? And stuff like that. And that like just stumbles a lot of people and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, that's all even church will say. And I'm like, and guarantee some churches are better. Like, yeah, if some of them view, your anxiety as a mental illness, they'll be like, yeah, go to a doctor, go to a therapist and stuff like that. Like, go to a church-sponsored therapist so they can tell you the right thing to do about your mental health, even though they are 100% not qualified. This is just like me dragging through the dirt. But just a big lesson, just do not go to a therapist that's involved with the church. Go to very much a therapist who's like, I am separate from the church. I am separate from this. I am not involved in it. And they'll let you have your beliefs and shit like that, but it makes your life a lot fucking... I just wish I could tell my 16-year-old self that. I'm like, go to a real therapist, It's okay to ask questions. Part of the problem with just have faith mantra against anxiety is that it only dismisses valid questions and fears. It can also, in some circumstances, from uneducated Christianity. No fucking shit, Rachel. You are fucking spot on. As Christians, we are walking testaments to the grace of God, and we are to point others to the light. We cannot answer questions about the death and life and suffering. Okay. Why do children get cancer? Yeah, this is just, yeah, and you're getting, why do children get cancer? Why does it seem like all people die randomly? Does loving God send people to hell? How come, that's just things like, and me working on my anxiety, I'm just like, you know what? Sometimes I don't know shit, and you just gotta hope for the best. And yeah, I get it. And like, yeah, it sounds like you're a good Christian. And you decided like, I don't want children dying of cancer. I don't like people just dying randomly. It's not good for anyone. It just sounds bad. The thing about truth, although, is that it holds up no matter what you throw at it. Christianity has always been around for so long because it can withstand the counter arguments. Christianity does require a measure of faith, yes, but it's not faith without reasoning. And yes, there are questions that do not have answers, but there are much larger questions that can be answered. It is okay. The Lord does not abandon us in our anxiety. You quoted the Bible. Okay, so you've read it. When I said, my foot is slipping, your love, O Lord, supported me when the anxiety is great. Okay, so we're moving forward in this article. It does sound like you're considering anxiety as basically just like, oh, I'm worried about the test tomorrow. And you're like more like worried about bigger questions, which I'm not dismissing. Like, why do children get cancer? And it just makes you anxious and shit like that. I'm like, okay, so, but I'm like, it's not like real mental health anxiety. It's like... I consider worrying and anxiety to be two different things. And when the Bible said, and it makes sense to me when the Bible's like, do not worry, because of the Bible, or else the Bible was like, do not have cancer, do not have a cold, do not have tuberculosis. That's the Bible. So I'm like, well, I got tuberculosis. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Well, maybe if you believe in God enough, He'll take away your tuberculosis. Just doesn't work like that. There's I guess she's quoting David. He had anxiety, but he was just, he was just, stressed out about running a fucking kingdom and shit like that. Anyways, though, Rachel, I like some of the shit you did, and then it kind of went off the rails a little bit. I should probably say though, if you are struggling with your mental health, obviously there's a difference between suicidal and struggling with mental health. Go to a doctor, get on some pills, go to a therapist, talk out shit. Do not go to a church if you're having mental health problems. You wouldn't go to a church if your leg was broken. You would go to a doctor. That's what I'm telling you. Your brain is an organ. Your brain's having problems. You need to go to a medical professional. You do not need to be going to the fucking church for your health problems. That that's what I have to say. And, as our buddy Joe would say.
This is the type of guy you get.
So, just stay there from that. And
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
all right. Now that we're done talking about Jesus, let's get on to some real things. So we're going to BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed is just utter garbage. It is utter garbage. Anyways, though, this article I want to go over, we're not going to have the extra screen on because it does not need the extra screen today. I'm just going to read it, and you're going to listen to me and watch me and look at the beautiful brick wall I have behind me. So here's to feeling good all the time. Let's take a drink, folks. All right. Get all the burps out. All right, so all relationships have their ups and downs, but sometimes the hardest part can be recognizing the problems you cause with that partnership. So now we're gonna see people who are the bad guys. So it's a bold move, Cotton, saying you're the bad guy in a relationship, but I guess some people decide they are too. And I have another burp coming up. All right. Our first one, consciously controlling. I recognize that I was thinking and planning too much about our future without being present in our present relationship. I was controlling about trivial details like recipes for dinner and the driving route we chose, that I created unnecessary tension. I'm sad and regretful sometimes thinking about how I was in early adulthood and who I may have hurt with my behavior. This is going to be fun. Guess the gender. And I'm going to put the non-binaries in there too. If you're somewhere else, you're with the non-binaries, okay? We can't all... 3 genders is all we can do today. This show, the budget on the show is only for 3 genders. But yeah, I know though, like, you're controlling and, kind of hard. And I think, it is kind of hard when you're a controlling person. I've never really made it official with anyone controlling. We're gonna look at a lot of my life here today, folks. This is gonna be rough.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, no, but like it's nice knowing. Like a nice thing about this article is like people realize they were the problem, and I think it's gonna be really funny. I think it's it's okay. It's not good that you were a bad person in a past relationship. Like, I have no room to judge anyone. I was just thinking this article, I'm like, I'm going to judge people. We might find someone we can judge, folks. We're going to find someone we can probably judge on this. But, it's very important to be like, sometimes you have to admit you're wrong, because I can definitely think back at some. I might, let's see if I can get more into this, and I'll try to think of one when we get to the end here of how I was a shitty person. Ticking time bomb. I used to bottle up all my concerns, frustrations with family, and then explode once a year or so. When my now husband and I had been together for about a year, it happened during a car ride, and he was totally blindsided and freaked out. We pulled over and hashed it out awkwardly, but we're still both raw from our first and only fight. After he dropped me off that night, he got in a car accident and was concussed. I realized that I never wanted the last thing I said to him to be something angry. I worked on addressing concerns in the moment and discussing things with him instead of suppressing them and blaming them for my poor handling of my feelings later. Now, when we disagree, it's a question of how we can fix the problem so our relationship is better instead of how dare you make me feel this way. Dude, that's deep because I'm very much someone who can clearly bottle up. I can really bottle up some shit, like, to be honest with you, and then all of a sudden I just get mad at people for no reason. I remember one time I was like playing like video games with a friend, and I guess it was probably a girl problem or something like that, and I was just fucking mad. And you play video games, it's like it's not serious, but like sometimes like if you have something else going on, your friends who usually do their normal shit, you just get mad, stuff like that. I'm like, I was kind of going through something. It's always so. It's always weird, like, when you go from, like, your family relationship, because, like, when you're a kid with parents, like, you can't be, like, just talking shit and get mad all the time. And then, like, when you get into a normal relationship, you're like, oh, we need to act like adults, and we don't need to we need to continue going on with our lives without this shit. And, we're living in a society. I need to get that, George. Fun. Toxic flames. Okay. My ex and I got together in 2017, and by early 2018, we were living together. When we got together, I was still reeling from a number of personal issues that left me better jaded in dealing with a whole lot of mental health issues, and him also being bitter and jaded as a person meant that our relationship became centered around that bitterness. We were truly at our worst then. 4 years later, I realized that although he had issues that he refused to handle, I was also a level of toxicity, not only to our relationship, but to life in general. I was constantly angry, refused to communicate, yada, yada, yada. So I started taking care of myself. I started seeing a psychiatrist who diagnosed me with ADHD. And I realized my last thing I needed to fix in my life was the toxic and unhealthy relationship I found myself in. I realized that I had outgrown the anger and the bitterness, and he refused to do the same, so I broke up with him and moved out. It was a hard, long road, but I'm a much better person for it. Oh, man, so... I don't know, like, that's I think,
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about, like, my issues, and I always try to make sure people aren't involved. Like, if I have to, when I'm working on shit, I just make sure other people aren't involved. But like, you got two of that in the same room. Whew, that's a fucking night. I'm just a kid, and life is a nightmare. All right, this one's self-sabotage. Realizing I had a combination of relationship OCD and CPTSD, I'm remarkably well-functioning and successful, but 2 years into my first post-divorce relationship, I realized I was beginning to repeat the same patterns I'd had in my marriage that I left, and in my long-term relationship prior that I also love. I didn't matter how wonderful my partner was, how many boxes they ticked, or how happy I was. Some part of me could not accept the idea that things could just be okay. It's insidious and was permeated at every relationship I've ever had, but it wasn't until my counselor pointed out on my diagnosis I began to realize the problem was me and my own subconscious beliefs. It's been truly life-changing. Yeah, that's something I think I've had to kind of like notice, like, okay, if it happens in one relationship, it could be their problem. It could be them. They could be the problem. However, like, you get into a couple others and this same problem keeps happening, it's you. And, it's like something like, I notice it, but like at the same time, it's like, maybe I need to double check some thoughts here on relationships about what I've been doing and see if I'm self-sabotaging. I think I might be a self-sabotaging person, folks. I think that may be me.
This is the type of guy you get.
But like literally, not like a joke of a weird guy sending a video to a girl 20 years younger than him. Fighting for more, I found my mental health spiraling, and all the arguments and crazy toxic fights were turning full-blown abusive on my part. My partner's resulting anger most definitely didn't help. Several thousands of dollars worth of damages, witnesses to the argument, and me having a nervous breakdown and jetting my ass out of the state made me realize I no longer wanted to continue living like this. These things and other unforgivable acts really should have ended the relationship, but for the first time in 3 years of being together, we really don't fight like we used to. I started meditating more and really working on myself mentally because I don't want to lose myself and hurt my loved ones any longer. Oh, that's pretty good. I've been watching The Secret Life of the American Teenager, and I know some of you are thinking, why the fuck are you watching that show? I'm going to create a big-ass segment. I want to create a big fucking segment on the show. I want to do a big deep dive. We're going to make a big segment. I want that video to... And everyone's going to need to watch the highlight of it because I want it to be popular. But, like, I'm at the point, I'm in mid-season 2, I think. Maybe I'm getting to the end of season 2. And it's, like, Ben went to Italy for the summer in Bologna. Bologna, I think that's how you say it in Italian. And the show made a full fucking joke. It was like, it's the town known for oral sex. I'm like, and then I Googled it, and I was like, oh, this is just a joke for the show. Like, Bologna, Italy is not known for fucking oral sex. But anyways, like, Ben was talking about he was on the phone with Amy every night, and every time they talk on the phone, they just argue the whole time, And I'm like, like that. It's either, so you have to figure out, though, like, if you're in a relationship and all you do is argue the whole time, which, like, I'm kind of thinking Amy just likes to argue with people because she's upset she let a guy nut in her when she was 15. Like, it's something like that. It's like, if you just fight, if all you do is fight in a relationship, if that's all you do, I think you need to break up, because...
Congratulations, you played yourself.
But, like, if, you know, like, but I think fights are normal in relationships, and, you know, they just fucking happen. I think they happen in every relationship you have in life, but, like, if that's all you do, like, you just gotta stay away from each other, you know? Life's too short for that shit. But if you realize you're the problem, fix that shit. Next one, we have Family Feud. Choosing my abusive family's feelings over my husband's. He was doing everything he could to make my life better, and I was siding with those trying to tear me down. Yeah, you know, I think I have a normal family for the most part. I think of all the family members, like, I don't have drama with it. It's weird that people's like, you have drama with this family member. Like, I don't have drama with any member of my family. And I'm okay with that. I'm just... I usually don't try to start drama with shit, but, you know, when you're dating someone, you can't really do that. But I also realize, though, I will always take the woman I date side over my mom's side. Why? Because my mom won't like it, and that makes me laugh. Upsetting my mother is one of my favorite pastimes. So it's like, you know, I'm going to choose her side, you know. I think it's how it is. Oh, yeah, why? Oh, yeah, because she's not in a cult. That's why. Power of persuasion. I was trying to change them too damn much to be the person I wanted them to be, and this never worked. Not only that, I would act like a total child when they didn't immediately hop to it. The silent treatment, that tantrums, God, I was such a bitch. I saw the light when I would complain to friends over and over, and it got to the point where they were avoiding me or flat out telling me to shut up about it. One friend told me, if you're happy with him, why are you trying so hard to change him? Light bulb, I did, lost a little searching once and really changed my behavior. It still didn't work out, but with my now husband, I'm now trying to, dude, for real. This always seems like a woman thing. The only time, like, guys would ever try to be like, I'm going to change her. Like, the only time a guy's like, I'm going to change her, it's her body weight. I'm telling you right now. It's like, I'm going to go to the gym, be really nice to her while she's fat, and I'm going to watch her drop those pounds. Then she's going to look good. You know, that's the only time men try to change women. Women will just, like, try to change a man's personality. As a guy who gets annoyed with women's personality, let's just saying, you can't change someone. Like, you can change someone, but it's going to be very small. The window of how much you can change someone is always going to be very small. Like, if he cheats on all his girlfriends, like, he's going to cheat on you. Like, if he eats a lot of pizza all the time, you can't change that. If he loves dirty jokes, like, you know,
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
he's not going to change that too. So, yeah. How many of these do we have? 8? Oh, we got a lot of these. Okay. We're only halfway there. We're going to get through these. Family Feud. Choosing my abusive family's feelings over my husband's. He was doing everything he could to make my life better, and I was siding with those trying to tear me down. I do think, though, like, I don't have an abusive family, but I have problems with some people in my family. No, not going to name anyone's name, but yeah. But, like, if you know, you have to know. Like, that's just more like you as a person. You have to know, like, hey, how good is my family? And, you know, situations like that. Like, and then, you know, how good is my partner? And, you know, like, they're a fantastic human being. Like, you got to side with them. That's the power of Pine Sol, baby. And that's all I can say. Did I just fucking repeat the same? I'm sorry, folks. I repeated the same thing twice. I was scrolling down, I scroll back up. Insecure, having previously been cheated on in the past relationship, let my insecurities control me, and it led to me trying to control my boyfriend from snooping through his private messages to having a full-blown anxiety attack whenever he was without me and demanding he come home. I was a nightmare to be with. In the end, we broke up, and when we decided to give it another go 2 years later, one of the stipulations was that I had to learn to trust him. Okay. So, yeah, that is very... Well, because, like, when you know... It's weird when you got cheated on and stuff like that. Like, now you're, like, worried. I'm like, am I getting cheated? I don't want to get cheated on again. And you bring that to another relationship, you have to realize this person has not given me a reason to not trust them. So, until they give me a reason not to trust them, you do have to trust them. And that can be a hard thing to learn about. I mean, I've had to learn it. I know other people who had to learn it. I'm like, you date people and you're like, are you cheating on me? I'm like, first of all, no. And second off, have I ever cheated on you? Until I have a reason for it, then you gotta say annoyed. Always annoyed. I found myself regularly annoyed with my husband because he wasn't doing things in the way I wanted them done. Sounds like my fucking mother. I realized one day that if we ever had a child, I would probably spend most of my time stomping out any part of that kid's that their father. That thought really scared me because that's what my father did to me. He regularly belittled my mother, and I praised for acting like that, and I know that's the cycle. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, that is something. I don't know. Like, that's why I think it's a good practice run to, like, stay with someone for a while. You kind of understand who they are. It's just, it's just basic things like, okay, someone's not going to be the perfect person to you, and you just got to be okay with that. And you gotta live with that.
That's rough, buddy.
Spoiled rotten. I'm an only child and come from a privileged family. I didn't have to work to pay for college. My college boyfriend came from a similar background and spoiled me like crazy financially, emotionally, and physically. We broke up after graduation. Since then, I haven't had a successful relationship. I always expected my partner to be at my beck and call without realizing that they might have work-related constraints. I myself work too, but expecting too much from my partner has ruined my relationships. Here's the thing you gotta do. Whatever fucking country club your parents are at, have them set you up with someone. I'll fix your fucking problems really quick if that's what you need. One of these days, these boots are going to walk over. What? What am I reading? I definitely played a part in my current relationship almost failing. We met when I was 26 and he was 22. I went to school and had my master's, a career, and was financially stable. He barely graduated high school, had a blue-collar job, and was dealing with the consequences of a DUI, and I was barely making ends meet. I treated him like a child and like I was better than him. In hindsight, if I felt so superior, I should have ended it, but I stayed and just took jabs at his confidence. It only led to me emotionally cheating on me. He was downloading dating apps to get an ego boost, and I found some drunk messages between him and his ex. Obviously, he is the one to blame for the indiscretion, but I can see how my behavior influenced him. We broke off our engagement and lived separately for a year to work on our own personal issues. We reconciled, got married, and we're expecting our first baby in January. He's literally the best husband, and I hate that our insecurities almost robbed us. What do I have? Yeah, ladies listening today, make sure if you're dating a man, do not take jabs at his confidence, because I know you ladies, I know how you work. The confidence is the best thing after money. I know you like a guy with a lot of money, but I know you like a guy who's very confident in himself. Like, that's attractive to you. Don't take jabs at that. Don't take jabs at that, because then you're going to be like, why am I not attracted to my husband anymore? That's why you're being mean to him. That's why. Don't be mean to your husbands. It's not nice. Okay?
That's rough, buddy.
Let go and let live. I am very prideful and don't like being wrong. I didn't like the fact that I felt I allowed my exes to be rude to me and never really stood up for myself. Now I get defensive over small things because I hold on to what might be an attack to me. I want to be right and not let it go. I have a lot to work on and get through. Yeah. Sounds like you're smart. Sounds like you're talking to a therapist. You're good. You're good to go. Messed up mama. I used to get severe anxiety when a relationship was good, calm, and fulfilling. I would start fights, be cold, distant, and snap everything. I'm used to my relationship to understand that what I did and why I did it goes back to my childhood growing up with my mom. I was calm only when she was verbally and physically abusive, because then I knew what to expect. Hardest time for me was when she was being nice to me. I would never know when her hand or voice was going to be raised. Dude, yeah, fucking parents. I think that's always that really can, mess up a relationship.
What?
It's just like the fucking trauma your parents gave you. Some people were like, I had good parents, and they were like, every parent gives you trauma. I don't know. If your parents didn't give you a trauma, you're making silly, goofy dance videos with your parents. That's all I have to say. The blame game, for me, it's the other way around. I had a narcissistic parent and was used to always getting blamed for everything, having to beg for forgiveness just for existing. I ended up with another narcissist and always accepted I'm at fault in everything. It took me way too long to realize it's not normal that your partner yells at you for being scared of a big dog or demands a list of everything you've eaten that day. That's fucking fucked up, dude. Don't date. If you read that, if you listen to me say that, and you're dating someone similar to that, you gotta end it. That's gonna be bad. The Young and the Restless. I met this perfect guy in college. He was done with university and had a good career, job, and a house. I was just starting college and was too immature to take the relationship seriously. If he came along like 2 years later, I'd probably be married to him. I was too young and didn't know better. I mean, yeah, that's why you don't get married young. Like, I have friends who got married young, and I'm almost 30, am not married, and you know what? I wouldn't change a thing. There are those couple women I would have done it with, but, like, you know, I'm glad I'm not married right now, especially some fucking women I dated. The Fixer finally figured out a pattern of taking in broken people to fix them up. I was blaming their therapist. I had to look at myself and admit that just because I am into self-help and doing inner work doesn't mean I can do that for people, and most people just aren't interested in doing it anyway, but will gladly take advantage of you. Once I did that, I started attracting healthier, mentally and emotionally people into my life. I'm no longer exhausted by the people in my social circle. Dude, I've dated a couple of these bitches. I'm telling you that's do not do that, because I don't know. There's a reason why you don't date your therapist, okay? There's a reason why you're not trying to fuck your therapist. There's a reason for that. There's a reason you don't do that. Let's get to our last one. Lastly, attached to the hip. I realized my relationship last year failed because of me. I don't have a lot of friends, and so I latch onto people quickly and expect a lot from them. Since he was the only person I had to hang out with, I created high expectations of these times in my head. So when plans changed or he was busy, I got disproportionately upset. My answer to that question is have your own life. That's why I always want to say have your own life. And other people can jump into it whenever they want to. That's the thing. Other people can be in your life. Have your own life. And then date people. And then you get to be in their life. You can be in your life. And sometimes those groups can combine. But have your own shit going on. That's also good. Don't drop everything for a fucking bitch. I shouldn't be saying. Don't drop everything for a woman. That's what I have to say. And I think that's everything. So remember, if I said anything that reminded me of you today, you gotta fucking change yourself, because that's bad, and we don't like that, and for the most part,
I identify as a fucking threat.
Have you ever cracked open a cold one with the boys? The vibes are on, then all of a sudden, you are out of cold ones? Though the vibes are still on, the vibes will soon go off because you are out of cold ones. There's no need to drive when you're under the vibes. That's why today's sponsor, Drizly, is here to make sure that the vibes continue. Drizly gets all your favorite beer, seltzer, wine, whiskey, and much more delivered directly to your home. With their easy-to-use mobile app, we are getting one step closer to never leaving our homes. You know it's saying something when it's being praised as the Amazon for liquor. Drizly is my go-to app for getting all the booze I need so I can do other things. So using our link in the description today, you can save $5 off your first purchase through Drizly. Drizly has proprietary ID verification technology that it provides to its retail partners that allows drivers to scan IDs for more than a barcode to make sure the purchaser is over 21 years old in the US and of legal drinking age in Canada. Retailers on Drizly may have a minimum order or delivery fee. So using our link in the description, get $5 off your first order with Drizly. And remember, when you use our links, you directly support this show. You're not a boomer who still goes to what our ancient civilizations called a store. You buy everything on the internet like a modern individual. What if I could tell you that you could be saving more on your purchases by only making a few clicks on your computer? That's where today's sponsor, Honey, will change your life. Honey is a free browser extension you can download using the link in our description of this episode. Honey searches the entire internet for promo code, coupon codes, free shipping, and anything else that will save you money when buying things online. It is 100% free, and at no point will you have to pay for it with all of those many microtransactions. It's as simple as pressing a single button and you can start saving money. Not using Honey is basically throwing money away that could be saved for more important things. I recently had to get business cards for myself, and Honey literally saved me 60% on a pack of 500 business cards. It was amazing. Add the Honey extension to your browser today for free by using the link in our description of this episode. And when you use our links, you directly support this show.
That's my hole. That's where it fits.
All right, it's time for Ask Schweezy. This is the part of the podcast where you send me questions. I think DM me at TheSchweezy on Instagram or email theshwedcast@gmail.com. How are we 108 episodes in and I still have that email? Mystery? I don't think so. Coincidence? Maybe? Hotel? Trivago. That's definitely the right answer. Okay, let's just jump into it.
Let's just jump into it.
See what we have going on today. I have a crush on my cousin. Help.
What?
As weird as the title seems, yes, I feel very guilty about it. I don't want to grow a relationship between us at all. I just want to stop having a crush on her and move on. Please help.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Okay, so we got a lot to think about here. We got a lot to dissect here. So, you have a cousin, okay? Your one of your parents has a sibling, and you're in love with that sibling. So, already that's pretty fucked up.
That's rough, buddy.
I don't even know how to fucking answer your question. Okay, let's use them. I gotta do one of those brain blast things that they did in Jimmy Neutron. Like, brain blast, and you go into the deep crevices of your mind to try and figure out what to. Let's first talk about: are you George Michael from Arrested Development? Because if you are, you legally have to tell me. That's the rule. If you're George Michael from Arrested Development, you legally have to tell me that this is you. Anyways, so one of the contexts I know black people with their cousins are different because cousins are just like, that's your parents' other kid, it's just like, that's your cousin, it's weird. I guess my mom treats at least my cousins, at least somewhat the same way. So, more and more into it, trying to think here. I'm not letting you break me. I'm not going to let you break me. You're not going to break me on this. But we have to answer the question. First of all, you need to just stop that shit. I think maybe a little bit of form of grief, I would say, that because you have to realize, and I also don't know where the fuck in the country you are. So if you're in Alabama, this is probably just fucking, you know what, man? You should go for it. If you're in Alabama, be like, go for it, man. South Carolina, just go for it, man. Florida, you already went for it. You're not asking this question, you're from Florida. Just saying. So we have a lot of things. So I think the first thing you really have to do is realize, talk to yourself. And you have to really honestly tell yourself and come to the realization, though it's going to be a little rough,
That's rough, buddy.
It's going to be a little bit rough, but you're going to be able to get through it. I promise you'll be able to get through this. You have to come to the conclusion, and you have to know in your mind, it'll never work out between the two of us. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen between you and your cousin. You just have to figure that out in your mind and understand that. And I think the first part of moving on is going to be acceptance for you. Accepting that this is some nonsense. It's going to be good. I did come up with you're acting like a real R word right now. Ridiculous. So, yeah, I think you got to do that. And then you got to move on. I'm pretending, I'm just going through my past experience and pretending that it's a girl I did care about and realizing I wasn't going to be with her like that. But it's never been a cousin. Because all my cousins are weird and unrelated to me. That's the real problem. They're all related to me. And I think, that's the worst part of it all, is they're all related to me. So, don't do that. It's bad, okay?
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
Why do men say they feel shame after they masturbate? Okay, so right now, I'm almost 30, and I've been this way for a couple of years. It's and also a funny thing to say is okay, I remember I had this thought. It's God damn it, I wish I remember this thought. But as an adult, it's people knowing you masturbate, it's no big deal. Talking about masturbating, no big deal. Being walked in on masturbating, traumatizing. That is very traumatizing. Something that will traumatize you for the rest of your life. When I was more in the Christian shit, I do generally think that like masturbation, you did feel shame afterwards, but like you were told that, and I remember like being in a. And I generally think about this like class all the time. I've mentioned this before on the show, but like I was at church camp. I was in like don't masturbate, don't look at porn class, and the guy talked about how like, yeah, there's guys who will kill women and keep them in the freezer so we could fuck them whenever we wanted to. And I'm like, I don't think masturbation leads to that. Let's just stop right here. I generally think that masturbation is fine. We are getting to a point with porn. We have to have a real talk about like the whole mental part with porn because when I was a kid, even then, like the porn existed, but like it was like the family shared a computer, so you had to have a special time of day. And then before that, you found a magazine. Like maybe even if you were lucky, like I got a Victoria's Secret magazine. Even for that, like maybe a porn magazine or whatever, it's like, stuff like that. But like now it's just like every kid, has a phone and like just looks up porn and what, and it's weird. There's this problem saying that. Well, masturbation now, like men need to know. And I generally think that if you've listened to the show before, you already know that. I believe your jizz is a poison, and men just have to get it out of their body, and it's just a reoccurring thing, and it's just how it is, and
This is the type of guy you get.
So yeah, so so when I think about like why you feel shame after you masturbate, going from like a non-Christian side, it's that like, oh, I had to jerk myself off because no woman wants to touch me. And then, like, I figured out, like, friends who got married. All right, true story. I'm not going to tell you the friend's name, but they were telling me he just recently got married, and I guess his wife asked him, like, hey, have you masturbated since we were married? And he's like, yeah. And he's just like, and she was like, like curious about it or whatever. I'm like, well, you're not always around. I'm like, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Like, because, if you're married and shit like that, a healthy marriage would be like, my first option would be having sex with my wife. My second option is going to be jerking off. Because, you obviously realize, like, you don't always want to fucking have sex all the time, but, like, sometimes you need a nut. Sometimes women need a cream. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What you gonna eat to get fucked up?
So, yeah, but when I feel like that, it's like the idea was like, oh, you're a pathetic man because you're choosing to jerk yourself off over when you could try and get a woman, And I'm like, okay, but like, even if you do have a healthy relationship, I guarantee you polyamorous people who are having a lot of sex, they're like, sometimes I just gotta jerk it off my own. And for men, it is healthy. You gotta jerk yourself off sometime. Helps you check for prostate cancer and shit like that, Nope. I gotta adjust the brick wall. Sorry, folks. So that's intelligent. But when I go back to the Christian stuff, it was like masturbation is sin, and you're jizzing when that jizz is supposed to go into your wife, and it was so fucking weird, dude. Like there was like you shouldn't masturbate because you still feel bad afterwards. And now I'm 29 and I jerk off. I'm like I don't feel bad afterwards. I just like, whoo, a lot of stress gone, and shit like that. But like what do men feel shame? It's because the Bible apparently tells us not. And guess what? I've read the Bible, and guess what? They don't talk about jerking off at all. Okay? There's the closest they came to was one time they were like, hey, if you made a promise with your brother that you nut inside his wife so they could get pregnant, but instead you jizz on the ground, that's bad. That's like the one time Bible says bad. It's like, do not spill your seed on the floor. So, fellas, do not jizz on the floor. Also, that's just gross. First of all, vacuums don't clean that shit up. I have a Dyson, and it's not cleaning that shit up. That's a long story. I hope that was something to someone. Anyways, here's feeling good all the time, folks. Another PBR. All right. Whew. Why do some men struggle to talk to women? An incident recently made me reflect on this. Growing up, I've always heard people say stuff like, he just doesn't know how to talk to women, etc. I rarely or never heard the opposite. What I don't understand is this. Why would someone struggle to talk to women? We make up half the global population. We're out and about on a daily basis and present in nearly all aspects of the public and private sphere. As a man, you'll interact with a woman at some point in your life, whether you want to or not. Saying that someone struggles to converse with women generally makes us sound like some otherworldly species. Why then would a guy struggle with the basic social activity, or when they say they don't know what to talk to women about? That's also weird to me. It's almost as if women are seen as one collective body that all like to talk about the same things. There's this assumption that if your conversation with a woman or subject matter X goes well, surely this applies to all women everywhere. So why do some men struggle with this unless the entire premise is based on the fact that the person is referring to attractive women in particular? That's different, I guess. I can see how it might be intimidating, and the whole can't talk to women starts to make sense. All right, so I want to start here. First of all, we all know women are just one hive mind. We all know women are just a hive mind. All women are the same. They share one hive mind, and men don't know how to talk to the hive mind because women are all one hive mind. All women are the same. All women are just the same hive mind. And all women are the same, so when I talk about women, we're all talking about the same woman. We're not talking about different women. Women don't have personalities or opinions. They're all just a hive mind. Okay? Second off, I do want to say, though, men struggle to talk to women. I don't think you're generalizing this. Like, you're a man and you don't know how to talk to women. Like, are you Raj from The Big Bang Theory? Because that joke is pretty fucking outdated as is. But anyways, though, no, I believe the idea, what the general consensus is on all this is that do men know how to talk to women? I don't think talking to women is the problem. It's like you're at work and you're doing work things and you're talking to an employee who is a woman and you have to converse with them. That's not the problem. The problem is a man seeing a woman he thinks is attractive or shit like that, and they want to like go up and talk to them and say, and like maybe talk a little bit, get to know them a little bit, possibly get to a point where they can ask him on a date, or possibly, and eventually, the whole point is with this talking to women is the point of getting them to touch their wiener. Like that's the entire point of all this. It's just men need to learn how to talk to women so they eventually will touch their wiener. Don't try to at me on that. But yeah, no. So when men struggle to talk to women, it's all a romantic thing, and so and then sometimes say I can generally talk to women, but you get the occasional ones who will talk to you that are very, 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 that they hit the 10 mark and above, and then they start talking to you, and I think the more thing, like they talk to you and you're like, you just get nervous because like you don't act normal, because in your mind you're like act normal, just say the words, answer their questions, have a conversation, and then you don't do that because so I think it's generally it's not men don't, if a guy's like, I can't talk to any woman, it doesn't matter who it is, like that, you shut the fuck up, okay? It's more just like women you're attracted to or like interested in, that like that's the problem. And the idea of that is you're anxious and stuff like that, and you got to get over anxiety, and that is weird though, because like if you're a guy and you're like a 3 out of 10, and shit like that, and you want to talk to a 10 out of 10, like what you think, the idea of what you think is going to happen is going to be you walking to them, hey, how's it going? And you like, or you have this like, oh, do you like this or whatever? And she's going to be like, ew, gross, don't talk to me. Like that's what you think's going to happen. And that's why guys get nervous and shit like that. They don't want their feelings hurt too. But anyways though, fellas, just go up and talk to him. You know, don't be creepy. As long as you're not creepy, the worst that's going to happen, the literal worst that's going to happen is say, ew, no. Or you kill him. But fellas, if you're the kind of guy who gets rejected and wants to murder a woman, you're not allowed to listen to this podcast. That's for sure. But if you're if you're a guy, you're like, I want to shoot out my leg, act confident, go up and talk to him. It's no big deal. You know, women are just people too. And the problem is though, that woman you think is super attractive probably doesn't have a good personality anyways, so it's not even worth it. So,
come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
What the fuck am I reading here? Should I ask to meet my husband's girlfriend?
What?
To preface, my husband and I have an open marriage, and I am completely okay with him being with her. My husband has been dating this woman for over 6 months, and when they started talking, I didn't really want to know much about her. But now that they have been together over 6 months, I have been having the urge to meet her. I'm worried it's been too long for me to ask to meet her, and at the same time, maybe it hasn't been long enough. I really could use some advice. Should I ask to meet at all? If I should ask, who should I be asking, him, her, or both? Well, to answer the last sentence of your question, the person you probably should ask is your husband. Just the whole open marriage shit, like, I don't know. I don't like feeling like I don't want to say this sentence, like maybe I'm just old fashioned and shit like that, but at the same time it's like your husband has been dating another person. But like just the thing to me here, you know, the idea of like we were like, oh, I'm in a serious relationship, but we're like, let's meet other people and let's have sex with other people and we'll come back to each other and we're co-living together and shit like that. And you're like, that part doesn't sound bad to me in my mind. It's the fact that like your husband has a girlfriend, and it just seems like the value of this woman is not really worth a lot to each other. You know, it's like, yeah, you're just like my girlfriend, but you're not my wife. Fuck you. You know, like know your fucking place. Like that's what it feels like to me. Should I ask me? Honestly, though, I think you guys should probably see a fucking marriage counselor if we're going to be honest here. Because, like, my husband's been dating this woman for 6 months. And, like, we got that NRE going for us, you know, new relationship energy. But then you're like, should I meet her? Who should I ask about it? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe your fucking lawyer to get a divorce so you can actually meet people you like. Maybe you're the cow, but he's not a cow. And, like, he's dating shit. And why would you want to meet? Just... I don't know. So I have exes like from women I've been serious with. Some of them are married, having kids. Some of them have boyfriends, and some of them, we're everywhere in between. And in my mind, it's like if I meet them, it's cool. But if I don't meet them, it's gonna be okay. You know, that's not a problem for me. So I'm not too worried about it. But y'all both have problems like that I cannot solve. Think to yourself, should I ask my boyfriend? Should I meet my husband's girlfriend? Say that to like a boomer, like a very Republican boomer. Just ask how that's gonna work. That's my only advice to you. Why do I feel like I'm cheating when a guy friend says he has a crush on me, even if I don't reciprocate and reject him? I just feel so bad about it for some reason, even though I haven't done anything really. Okay. The answer to your question is, I haven't really done anything really. Okay. Sounds like you're... Okay. I feel like I'm cheating when a guy friend's... Actually, you didn't mention you had a boyfriend. Okay. I'm going to assume you have a boyfriend. Why do I feel like I'm cheating when a guy friend says he has a crush on me? I don't... because... I'd assume it's not cheating. If you're single, and it's not cheating. If you're like, I'm not really into you, that's not cheating. So I'm assuming you have a partner at this point. Here's the thing. Why you feel like you're cheating? You're clearly emotionally cheating on the actual person you're dating. Because I mean, like, it's okay. I'm not against, like, women and men being friends, like I have friends who are women and shit like that, but it's like at a point where it's like, there's no like sexual tension between us or anything, there's nothing going on in between us, and it's like, because I have a friend who's a woman, and it's like, will you date me? I'm like, ew, fucking no. That's the way. Like, you can't be friends with the opposite sex unless you're like, ew, no. Like, that's the terms I believe in that regard. But yeah, 100%. Sounds like sounds like this has happened multiple times in your life. So, something I'm gonna probably just take away from this without knowing you is the fact that you're pretty much emotionally cheating. So this guy you're dating is very much into you, and it's basically any sexual part of your relationship basically is like fulfilled in this relationship. However, there's an emotional aspect of it that you're not getting. So you're going to other men for that. That's what it 100% sounds like to me. And yeah, I think that's wrong because you're basically having a relationship with another man that's not sexual. And I believe that a man who's gonna like emotionally fulfill you and stuff like that, you gotta touch his wiener. That's just how it is. You have to touch his wiener because you're not, it's kind of just basically, you're basically just using him. And, I'm not saying like sex is important, but there's a balance in life. And the balance has to involve getting your wiener touched. That's how it is,
This is the type of guy you get.
So basically why you feel bad is because you're emotionally cheating. And people are like, is emotional cheating as bad as, regular as like physically cheating? Like, yeah, they're both bad. I think I might have answered that a couple weeks ago, but may have drank too much and I don't forget. But yeah, they're both just as bad, to be honest with you. The sex part is like, it just makes you feel gross because like fluids were involved. But emotionally, it's just like, yeah, but the guy might not give a shit that you're emotionally cheating. He's like, yeah, I found this girl, she has sex with me, and then she doesn't bother me with her problems, so it's really nice. Like I hit the jackpot, fellas. Jackbox, fucking party pack. Jackpot, fellas. So yeah, just remember you're emotionally cheating, not physically cheating. And if you need emotional support, do not go. Make sure the guy you're touching, the guy whose wiener you're touching, he has to, kind of be that emotional relationship with you, not just some random fun guy.
What?
Okay. My boyfriend doesn't want sex. Is it okay to ask for head? My boyfriend doesn't always want sex, but I do, like all the time. He'll ask for BJs, and I never deny him, even if I don't get anything out of it. Sometimes he's just not in the mood for sex, but I am. Is it wrong or weird if I ask him to finger me or give me head, even if he doesn't have to fuck me late after? Or is it like a blue ball? Or is it like a blue ball thing? I'm willing to pressure him to fuck me if he doesn't want to, and I enjoyed head / being fingered. Okay. Little too inappropriate for some of you.
This is the type of guy you get.
But so, you're a woman asking your boyfriend for this. Okay. So in my mind, I want to talk about, usually you get this on the opposite end of the spectrum. You don't get this as a, like, you get this usually as a man who's having a problem with a woman who doesn't want sex, and then a guy needs it. Because I'm a guy, so I know. Like, remember we talked about this. Men have to jizz because it's a poison in our bodies. But now this is the opposite of the situation. So, fellas, I wish I could talk to this guy for real. I'm like, look, you know how like if you're all horned up and you don't get a jerk off and your girl's not going to help you out, like you just get blue balls. Like, now women don't get that, but you need to be considerate about her feelings. One, because like, hey, she does this for you, but sometimes it's the opposite way around. You have to be considerate. And I do consider people who are like, yeah, we have sex like once every 6 months. Like, I want it a lot, but like, she's not really into it. I'm like, look, sometimes, I'm generally a believer in this. Sometimes you do have to have sex with your partner, even if you're not into it. Even if you're not having a good time. It's mainly just for them It's just it's all for them. And I believe 100% that you just gotta, sometimes you gotta suck it up and do it for them. Sometimes you gotta just figure out how to get hard and do it for them, even if you're a little tired. Just get them off, then you're like, I'm all right, now time for sleep, or whatever. It is what it is. And like, ladies don't get blue balls, men do, and that sucks. But yeah, and also, I mean, this may just be because I'm kind of fat, but who's not hungry for an extra meal? You know what I'm saying? For real, like, who's not hungry for an extra meal? So yeah. Is it okay? Yeah, he should be. It's like a coin flip type of situation. I would say, I was like, I want to have sex, but he doesn't want to. I'm like, it's like kind of like 50% of the time, like, he should be like, I'll get you off, I'll help you out. The other 50% of the time is like, figure it out, stupid. It's just, it's how the world works, and
I identify as a fucking threat.
which is also a problem too. All right, here we go. We're ending the show today, folks. Is getting someone flowers for a first date when you know you both like each other a big deal, or is it not too much? We've hung out before the date a couple of times and know each other well. Yeah, I feel like you're pretty confident in your situation. I would say, yeah, flowers are going to be a great thing. I think flowers in your situation will 100% work and will be a very nice thing. Now everyone's going to be like,
What?
You don't seem like the kind of guy who'd be like, do this. This guy is like very confident in what he has, and so the flowers is a good thing because he wants to be. The problem is the chick who might just be going out for you for a free meal, or the chick that doesn't really into you, but you wore her down to go out on a date with you, and you're gonna buy her dinner and shit like that. That's not the chick you buy flowers for. Like, you got to know the value of the woman you're dating, and the value of a woman is different between every man, but also it's like, this chick, sometimes women suck. Men suck too. A lot of women suck though. And so, like, if you're going to date a woman who sucks, maybe try to get your knob sucked, You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you shouldn't buy her fucking flowers before the date, because she's not going to appreciate it. She's probably going to throw that shit away, But for the most part, yeah, no, I would say what you have going for you, I would say, for the most part, yeah, I think it's definitely good for what you have. But read the room, fellas. Anyone else reading this too? And women never buy a man flowers. Do not buy a man flowers. Like, for me, if someone gave me flowers, I would just get frustrated. I'd be frustrated. Like, why would you give me this? I do not want this. No, it's like a plant. Like, it's like giving someone a fucking guinea pig. It's like, oh, I have to take care of this now. I have to buy it food and shit like that. I have to take care of it. It's fucking nonsense. But no, I think the flowers for a woman. Women like that shit, so you get it for them. It's all good. And with all that being said, I guess we're done for the episode today. Thank you for tuning in to Cancel Schweezy, better known as the world's favorite podcast. Follow my music under Schweezy or at TheSchweezy, wherever you get your social media, twitch.tv/TheSchweezy. Make sure, if you have an Amazon Prime account, subscribe to the show to help us support us financially, along with our Patreon page, where you can support us financially as well. Don't forget all the free shit you can do, like going to our YouTube page, subscribing, leave us a comment, watching all our highlights, sharing the highlights with your friends, and if you're on the audio platforms, give us a 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1-star rating, and leave us a review as well. So I will end this honk if you love butt drugs, and stay awesome. Believe it or not, Schweg isn't at home. Please leave a message at the beep. I must be out, or I'd pick up the phone. Where could I be? Believe it or not, I'm not home. You just finished a full episode of Cancel Schweezy. You are now one of the smartest individuals who will ever exist in our world. If you like that episode, make sure you subscribe. Whether you're watching this show or listening to the show, make sure you subscribe. That way you get notified whenever we release full new episodes as well. And if you're on YouTube, smash that bell button. That way you get notified anytime we make a post over here on YouTube. Honk if you love butt drugs, and yeah, stay awesome.